Hello, very warm welcome. Have I got a pillar of an F1 video today? Daniel Ricciardo absolutely rages and blasts F1 social media. Now, for me, the Formula One YouTube channel is one of the best YouTube channels. Compare Formula One's YouTube channel to MotoGP. It's like levels above. The pre-race interviews, looking ahead to the weekend, the qualifying reaction, race reaction, top 10 moments, radio. But Daniel Ricciardo is absolutely raging. We saw it last year in Bahrain when they persistently showed Romain Grosjean's crash at Bahrain. Now, I actually agree with him. It was absolutely ridiculous showing consistently Romain Grosjean crashing. And they showed it a good 25 times. And the drivers had to then go and race. So there was no need for it. But here we go. Daniel Ricciardo has blasted the idiots behind Formula One's social media strategy in exploiting crashes as part of the attraction of fan interest. The McLaren driver believes the championship needs to reconsider its attitude to crashes, feeling that too much effort is made in promoting crashes. Now, as Formula One fans, we don't want to see anyone crash. For me, I love the sport, will always love the sport. I want to see wheel-to-wheel action, close racing, excitement. I don't want to see any driver crash. But it is part of the sport. There's no getting away from that. Last year, Daniel Ricciardo was raging and expressed his disapproval to F1 chiefs about the Romain Grosjean incident because they were showing it over and over again and the drivers had to then go and race. And Ricciardo was raging about it. He was not happy at all. And I actually agree with him. It's ridiculous how many times they showed it, to be fair. And Romain Grosjean, of course, it wasn't a fatality. And we're absolutely grateful of the safety, the marshals. But he still suffered unbelievable burns to the hands. So to show it that many times, I do agree with Daniel Ricciardo on that matter. Now, in an interview with Magazine Square Mile, Ricciardo says he believes F1 continued to overstep the mark. I think last year F1 put on their social media channels top 10 moments of the year and 8 of them were crashes. I was just like, you guys are fucking idiots. Maybe 12-year-olds want to see that kind of content and that's cool because they don't know any better. But we're not kids, we're adults. Just do better, guys. Do better than that. Absolutely raging the Aussie. And we don't see this side to Daniel Ricciardo because he's happy, he's smiley, he's happy-go-lucky. Ricciardo has sensed a changing dynamic with the sport. Something which he says has definitely happened with the Netflix series. Now, I did watch the Netflix series, season 1 and 2, but it's not a true reflection of the sport, in my opinion. It's almost becoming like a TV show. And for me, it doesn't show a true reflection of what is an absolutely amazing sport. They're trying to like hype it up, etc. And of course, that's what it is, basically. I think the first season of Drive to Survive was awesome. It was the first time I started being recognised and people references the TV series, e.g. Drive to Survive. I mean, the second season, there were some episodes what was a little bit forced. They tried to create a bit of a rivalry between me and Sainz, and the rivalry wasn't there. There wasn't any personal grudge with him, but I think Netflix wanted something, so a lot of questions led being asked about Carlos. Maybe no one noticed, but for me, I was like, he's fine. I probably got other guys that I dislike, you know. Carlos dresses like a 60-year-old, but he's alright. Ricciardo said F1 had taken on board his concerns. He was raging about the Grosjean incident, and F1 listened, took notice, but have they took notice? Marketing and Communications, Ellie Norman. I think she was very understanding and appreciated and also accepted my concerns. So yeah, Ricciardo has branded F1 social media. Daniel Ricciardo has blasted the fucking idiots behind Formula One's social media strategy in exploiting crashes as part of their bid to attract more fans. Now they do, usually on a weekend we see pre-race build up, we have practice reaction, quali reaction, race reaction, and then once the race is finished they bring out the radio of the weekend and the best moments of the weekend, like 10 on boards. And that's what Ricciardo's getting at, that they brought like 10 top moments out and 8 of them were crashes. I genuinely think he might have a point here, Daniel Ricciardo. I fully agree with him about the Romain Grosjean incident where they showed it way too many times. I mean, it was ridiculous. They honestly showed it like 25 times. And yeah, he is raging about this, and that's his opinion, and he's entitled to his opinion. And he believes that F1 is showing too much crashes. And it was a very disturbing scene, Romain Grosjean's fireball. And they kept showing it, and then the drivers had to get back in the car and do a full race. So for the drivers, it's not good. But yeah, they showed it way too many times, and now he's branded F1 social media as fucking idiots. He's absolutely raging on this topic. And he feels that the social media accounts are bringing out a lot of crashes and trying to attract new fans. And I always say, I love Formula One. I will always love Formula One. I don't want any driver to crash. Never. Never, ever, ever would want anyone to crash. But it is part of the sport. It's going to happen. But yeah, maybe they really need to take Ricciardo's comments seriously here, because he makes a strong case and a strong point, because they do like to show these crashes all the time. They do a lot of replays. Of course, the fans, they want to see like the incident, but if it's one like Grosjean, maybe they could do something differently. But you've got the big screens around the track, so the drivers are going to see it. So you can't really avoid it. But Ricciardo, known as the nice guy of the Formula One paddock, always smiling, happy, laid back, he is absolutely raging. I don't think I've ever seen him like this. Maybe Monaco, when they didn't have his tyres ready. But wow, a different side to Daniel Ricciardo. Absolutely raging is the Aussie. Slams F1 social media. Comment down below. Would love to know your thoughts. Has Daniel Ricciardo got a point? He's branded F1 social media as fucking idiots. Wow. I've got to say, I think F1 do have one of the best YouTube channels regarding like bringing new fans to the sport. And it's not just about the weekend. They do like history. Say like we're going to Imola next week. They do like history of the Imola track. So for new fans who don't know much about Imola, it's very good. But I mean, they literally do that, don't they? Top 10 crashes of 2020. Top 10 crashes of the year. Yeah, very interesting. Very interesting as Daniel Ricciardo, angry, not happy. He's got a point, 100%. And they maybe need to look at this, the constant showing of these crashes. Yeah. Wow. A perler of a video is Daniel Ricciardo absolutely raging. Brands F1 social media as fucking idiots. Wow.